Chelsea 1, Celtic 4. Let's talk about it. Honestly, if you don't laugh, then you have to cry. And I'm very grateful that this is a pre-season game, because getting beaten 4-1 in any circumstances is embarrassing. And I was doing a live watch along, and even when I was having banter with people, I was dying a little inside, because I thought, we've just been beaten 4-1 by Celtic. And it's no disrespect to Celtic. They played very, very well today. They are 3 weeks ahead in their pre-season campaign. They looked very sharp, very well drilled. Their system works for them, and they exposed us time and time again. Now, obviously, you see Chelsea 1, Celtic 4, and you think, well, Chelsea obviously played very poorly. And to be honest, there'll be a lot of people that come out and say, Maresca out, Chelsea are a banter club, you need to sell your players. Like, I get it. That's just the way the internet works. And I'm all here for that banter, by the way. But Chelsea didn't actually play that bad. Celtic played very good and exposed us time and time again. And I tell you exactly how they did that. With the system that Enzo Maresca was playing, when we invert from that right-hand side, when we're going back in from transition of a 3 back to the 4 at the back, that period where we're transitioning there, we have a lot of space on the opposing side. On that right-hand side, there's a big pocket of space. Every single goal come from Celtic noticing that and playing that ball into that dangerous area, and we got punished 4 times. Well, actually 3 times. One goal was from Badiashile, who actually is awful. He literally passed the ball to a Celtic striker in the box so he could get one of the goals. Like, that's actually abysmal. I don't understand how Badiashile is playing professional football. We should be selling that guy. But realistically, there were some positives to take from Chelsea's game. Our transitional play from midfield to the final third was very, very good. It was a lot quicker than against Wrexham. We just lacked that final output again from Noni Madueke and from Sterling on that left-hand side when he came on. Sterling actually played pretty well. He's very direct. But again, it's the same result with Madueke and Sterling. It's their final output, that final pass, that cross or that shot. It's just, it doesn't cut it. Marc Guiu is an absolute baller, a bulldog, a fighter, and we need to keep him. He was outstanding again today. His pressing, his hold-up play. He was very unlucky not to get on the score sheet. Mate, we need to keep hold of him. He is a talent. Again, Reece James looked very comfortable in that inverted role. I think he's going to own that role. As much as Chelsea fans hate it and don't want to see him inverting into midfield, he looks very comfortable there, and I think he can do a very good job there. I don't think it will be his only role throughout the season, but from what we've seen so far, he's looked very comfortable. And despite conceding 4 goals, Wesley Fofana had a pretty solid game, made a lot of last-ditch tackles, and was in the right place at the right time. Chelsea's best player on the pitch was arguably Robert Sanchez. I would actually back that and say Robert Sanchez was Chelsea's best player. He made some incredible saves from early on and throughout until he was substituted for Bergstrom. The goals that we conceded weren't his fault. They were all because he was exposed, or the shot was just, there was nothing he could do about it, and it was all positional play from the defence being in the wrong place. He was very frustrated by that. But he was playing out from the back very confidently. He came out and was becoming that sweeper keeper very confidently. His long ball distribution isn't great, but we know that. But Maresca wants him to play closer. And I think he was actually one of our better players today. And we don't have the same excuse as what we had at Wrexham, where we had 1 starting 11 in the first half and then 10 of those players changing for the second half. In this game, we didn't do that in the second half. We brought Sterling on at half time, and then we integrated the rest of the subs throughout the half. So a lot more of them players from the first half played a lot longer together in this system. We did change to a back 4 in the second half, and Celtic found it a lot harder. But again, we tried inverting again when we had a bit more pressure and we were piling it on. Celtic just exposed us every single time. I don't think Chelsea played bad. That Celtic just found the holes in Maresca's system very easily. Now, I am a very optimistic Chelsea fan, and I still think we will do very well this season. It is still early days. Enzo Maresca has been there less than 3 weeks, or 3 weeks, you know, whatever, thereabouts that time. It's the second game of pre-season. It isn't really that deep. We are playing okay, and we looked a lot sharper and had a lot more energy, and we weren't as lethargic. Yes, we lost 4-1, but again, we were exposed in that system, and that is due to the players not perfecting the system the way Maresca wants. So we still have to work out and give it time, and it will come together eventually. I genuinely believe that. But losing 4-1 in any circumstance just isn't great. Celtic absolutely bossed it in terms of finding our weakness and pouncing on it and taking advantage of it as much as they could. They're well drilled. Their system works. They're 3 weeks ahead on their pre-season. They look ready for their season, and that was the biggest difference. They were fitter, sharper. They've worked the system a lot more. Brendan Rodgers was like, that's where you want to attack, in that right-hand corner on the overlap, and just overload that. They did that. They scored 4 goals. Like, it was very, very cut and dry. But we've got a lot of areas to improve on, and I wouldn't be too concerned or worried as of right now. I know there'll be a lot of people just saying some outrageously negative stuff. It is pre-season at the end of the day. It ain't that deep. But it was good to see that we were looking a bit fitter, less rusty, and we were actually doing the patterns of play. We just got exposed in that defensive transition coming back of going from a 3 to a 4. So, yeah, on to the next game against Club America on the 31st of July. So we shall soon see what happens. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I love having a conversation with you guys. Did you enjoy the game? Did you hate the game? Let me know. It'll be interesting to know your thoughts. And if you are new around here, make sure you hit that follow button.